So in the last lecture, I said I'd be looking at how to tell if a slope is going to be positive or negative and trying to grow a bit of intuition for which one's which. So I'm just going to start off with a kind of a real life example. So if you've got a bucket of water, okay, like this, and you have and then a bucket of water, and you are adding water to it through a funnel like this, and you have same bucket of water, except this one has a hole in the bottom. So it starts off with the same amount of water as the first bucket. Instead of water being added, the water coming out. So what would the graph of these two buckets look like if they were drawn on the same graph? If we have water on this side and time in this side. So I'll choose two different colors to make it a bit clearer. So bucket number 1 is this one, and bucket number 2 is yellow. So they both start off at the same point. This is bucket number 2. But as time goes on, you see that water is going to leak out the bucket, and the water level is going to go down and down and down and down until eventually it reaches 0. Whilst the first bucket is going to start with the same amount of water, but water is going to be added to it. So it's going to go up and up and up and up and up, eventually until the bucket fills. So you can see here that you can imagine the water level going up. You can see that there, and you can imagine the water level going down. So if we relate this back to gradients, we can think this water going up like this is going to have a positive gradient, m plus, while this bucket here, the water's going down, it's going to have a negative gradient, m minus 1. So a downward slope, like we just saw, from left to right, is always going to have a negative gradient, while an upward slope from left to right is going to have a positive gradient. So you could say, you're starting with this amount and you're ending up with less. So you could say it's a negative change. Whilst with the positive gradient, you're starting with this amount and then you're increasing the amount you have. So from this, I hope you now have a more visual concept of what's going on when we talk about positive and negative gradients, and it's less kind of abstract. You're not just memorizing that left to right up is positive and left to right down is negative. Okay, thank you very much.